Welcome back, guys. Hope you're all doing well. And finally, I'm going to talk about a card that's actually going down in price instead of going up. Finally. Everyone loves to know I'm more about prices going up, up, and up. But finally, we have a card that's actually going down. And it's a Pokemon Center card that's going down as well. So it's going to be good, isn't it? Unbelievable. Now, on my channel, I do talk quite a lot. And sometimes you got to bear with me because I just get excited. I think what it is I'm trying to give as much content and as much value as I possibly can. I just continue, and sometimes I do digress. I do try and get back to the point, but I do waffle sometimes, so I apologise in advance, but I just get excited and it's the way I am. And the thing is, I've had some of these cards and I like to discuss them if I've had them and how we've got out of them or what we did and how much we paid for them, because I think it's all relevant. It really is from a collector standpoint. Excuse me, I wanted the window open but lost the window key. So we have the Mimikyu, and it's the Pokemon Center one. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to jump in quite quickly on this one. Now, this Mimikyu, it's got 3,500, well, nearly 3,500 in the population, and that will increase because it's getting ripped. It's getting ripped open, and it's not overly hard to grade this card, to be completely honest. Now, price-wise, on eBay, recently we've seen this card sell for over £300. Now, that's a lot of money, really, for a Pokemon Center promo, but there's a lot of room for growth there. But the thing is, this card is actually going down in price. I mean, if we go back here, we can see how the prices have gone down and down and down. I think it was like the middle of September there. It was highs, 330s, 353s, 343s. Now this is unusual, 400. But see, it's actually going down, so not a bad one. Now this, excuse me, this is weird. Now this takes me back to what I said before, guys. This is August the 26th, and within 3 days it jumps up from this to this. That's not right. And generally, if a card's going to spike like this, it's a good indication, whether it's graded or not, to maybe take a step back. Because if it goes up this quick, I'm not saying it will, but it can also go down just as quick. And it's just one thing to remember that, guys. I mean, I'm leaning more towards graded cards on my videos because I collect graded, to be completely honest. I do have raw. We have raw cards. But for the most part, we collect graded cards. It's easier for us to display them and to enjoy them. And that's pretty much why we do it. So, Paldean Fates, Pokemon Center Stamp Promo, an absolutely phenomenal card. And, excuse me, this card we actually owned. I bought it quite cheap. I was really lucky to get this card. I think I got it for about £60 or £70 in a PSA 10. Incredibly lucky. And sold it. I think I sold it for about 150, 160. But by the time I paid my eBay fees and the shipping and everything else, I was left with about £130. So it wasn't bad. But I mean, again, it's perspective. It's how you want to look at it. When you look at these prices, you think, I sold it a little bit early. I'm not bothered. We got in at a good price and we got out at a good price. And I actually used the money to buy prismatic evolutions surprise box promos. And them surprise boxes, I think they're only £18 or £19 retail. I've never seen one for sale yet. I mean, I've never seen one apart from on the Pokemon Center website or what's on eBay, and I'm not going to pay them prices. So I actually sold the card and then went and got the stamped cards raw from the local game store. I mean, they won't grade a 10. They're not good enough to grade a 10, but they're good enough for our collection just to go in the plastic containers, and they look fantastic when they're all laid out. I'm going to keep all of them. They're really nice. And again, you don't see the prismatic surprise boxes. That's another reason why I wanted the promos. I just thought there'll come a time where it's gone and then they're gone and you think, well, I should have just picked them up. So we've done that now. So that's our experience with that card, actually, because we had it and I let it go. I did like that card, to be totally honest. So, but on the next one here, now this is a really weird one, and I've always struggled pronouncing this. I think it's Pecharunt. The Pecharunt from Shrouded Fable, and I actually own this card, and it wasn't long ago that I bought it. I bought it in the PSA 10, and I got two raw copies as well, Pokemon Center copies, and they were £15 each. I thought I couldn't leave them. I couldn't leave them for £15. It just seems too cheap. I mean, I know we've had a run with the Pokemon Center promo stuff, but I picked up the slab for £100, and I mean, I'm not mad on the Pokemon itself. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. But what I love about the card is the colour, and it's just absolutely phenomenal colour. It looks amazing on display, and it's one of the reasons I got it. But one of the other reasons I got it is because nobody was talking about it. And I thought to myself, potentially, Shrouded Fable, nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted Shrouded Fable. And in my opinion, the only reason why people bought it is because there was nothing left to buy on the Pokemon Center. I mean, the Pokemon Center's been dry for months, guys. We know that. There's nothing to buy. And I thought, when Shrouded Fable, was available, I thought it'll just get bought up. And it did. And then it's gone. And I thought that's the only reason it's been bought. I mean, was it the Parisian out of that set? Got that. Phenomenal card. Absolutely love it. For me, there's no reason to open any more of it. I've got a couple of ETBs and that's about it. But this card, nobody was speaking about it, and I thought maybe that's a reason to pick it up in a couple of years. Maybe it would spike. It could spike, and then we could use that to trade off for our collection, because that's what we do, and that's how we enjoy the hobby, guys. You know what I mean? We only have a certain amount of money for our collection, and that's how we enjoy the hobby. So I thought, from an investment standpoint, I can enjoy the card and then let it go in a couple of years, and hopefully it spikes. I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't, so what? You've enjoyed it. But a really unusual card. Now, the thing with this is, it's already achieving £149, or, well, it's $149 on the US version, £120. So it's not up much, but it's not bad. And I think that's reasonably cheap for a Pokemon Center promo, considering all things considered anyway, with the price of stuff at the minute. And the pop report, excuse me, is just over 2,000. I mean, that's low. That is low. I mean, it's not low from a vintage standpoint. I mean, vintage standpoint, 15, 20 or 18 pop, that's low. But we're talking about modern cards now, modern era cards. There's a lot more people in the hobby. There's a lot more eyes on these cards. And it's like, 2,000 isn't bad. I mean, compared to like, Pikachu, grey felt hat and other big promos like the Umbreon, 18,000, how many thousand in the other, that's a lot of pop. And how that's going to play out in the future, I have no idea. But this is reasonably low for a new card. So that's a Picture Run. Not a bad card at all from Shrouded Fable. It could be a sleeper, that, guys. It could end up being a decent card. Moving forward, now, this one, the Fluttermane, I could never understand this. I mean, look at the population report here. 130. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing, and I still can't understand why it's that. I mean, the card is hard to grade. It's like, I think 20%, so it's really difficult to grade in that respect for a modern card. But 130 in a modern pop, that is low. And I've chose this card because I've seen it a few times out and about. I really have, and it's always intrigued me. I've always thought, was it just an anomaly for the price to be what it was? I thought it's got to come down, but it hasn't. It hasn't. It's always sat at £600. And this is weird. This is a weird card. I mean, the artwork's quite nice. It's not a bad card. It's from a decent set. And from an investment standpoint, when we talk about grading cards and making money and other things like that, there's a potential play here. Don't get me wrong. There's a downside and there's massive risk. 20% will only grade. There's a massive risk, guys. There really is. But from an entry to the market to get this card, I'm going to show you something. This card now is selling for £600. Confirmed sales on the 24th of September. That's a lot of money. And this card came from Temporal Forces. There was 2 ETBs with Temporal Forces, and it came from the Walk and Wake Temporal Force, so it came from the blue one. And this Temporal Forces ETB you can pick up for like 120, 125, 130. You know, it's not... It was retailed at 50 and below, probably 50, but so you know you're over retail there, well over it. But for the upside, what you could get card wise, it's unbelievable. So these are actively for sale right now, and there's plenty of them. It's plentiful. So there could be a play there in respect of making money through a graded play, which I always say exercise with extreme caution, because you think you're going to get a 10 and it bounces back a 9 and there's nothing more upsetting, but it is what it is. So that's the card there, £600. Absolutely phenomenal pricing for that. Unbelievable. But the thing is, I wanted to drag in something here. I wanted to bring in the Snorlax from 151, because this card's just breaking records left, right and centre. I mean, this card is absolutely beautiful. It really is. I mean, we owned this card. I got it out of the ETB. I got the ETB from the Pokemon Centre. Normal price £50, and I cracked that when it got to about £2.50. I opened it with my wife and my son. You know, we paid £50 for it. That's how I looked at it, and I thought, you know something, if that Snorlax is in there, and it could grade. Now, I think at the time Snorlax was like £500-600, and I thought that's a lot of money, and I thought I'm going to give it a go. Would you believe when I opened the ETB, the card was damaged, and like I thought, what's going on here? It's inside of a box. Like I don't get it. If it was inside a Pokeball, and you know them cards are crunched up and stuff like that, then that's fine. I understand that. But this is inside of a box, and I was like, I can't believe it's damaged. Anyway, so I put it aside, we opened the packs and we had some fun, but I sold the card anyway on eBay for about £95. It was damaged. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe me luck. But this card's on the up. I mean, look at this. It's absolutely smashing it. The price of this is phenomenal. And it's a beautiful card. But to understand the value of this card, we've got to understand the value of the ETB. Look at the ETB. Unbelievable. Now, this has been talked about a lot recently, all over. So I mean, for people who are in the hobby, this is nothing new. You know, we know it's going like this. We know it's going berserk. Will it come back down? We don't know. Nobody knows. I won't touch 151. I enjoyed 151. I've got nothing left. We've opened it, but I enjoyed 151 when it was retailing a little bit above retail. I mean, I recently seen, was it the half boosters, or was it the 6-pack boosters or something like that, a full seal case of them for £7.50 in the local game store. Went back 2 weeks later, it was £1,000. I thought, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's just too expensive for what it is. I'm not saying it's not worth it. It's not for me. And I just thought, that's a lot of money. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is when you go back to Temporal Forces, if you look at Temporal Forces at 120, 125 and 130, that's really cheap compared to 151. I'm not comparing sets or anything like that, but what I'm saying is when you start looking at the Fluttermane and how this grades and the potential upside, you know, and the price of this Temporal Forces box, I still think there's a lot of value to be had here. And there's some decent cards in Temporal Forces, guys. I'm like, it's not a bad set. I've got a few boxes of them, booster boxes, me, and I've opened tons. It's a nice set. Like, you know, so that's 151, and you think to the price of this, and you think, where's that going to go? Is it going to hit £1,000? Because if Snorlax there is reaching £1,000, I mean, in the USA, look at this, 1,437 quid, 1,180. The thing is, the prices fluctuate so much. Let's see if I go back a bit here. Now the prices have changed dramatically over the last couple of months. US. Here, look, 28th of August. So it's not long ago, is it? 675. And it's already what? And that was before 25th of August. I mean, look at that. 735 and 675. It's unbelievable. Some spikes here. I mean, the algorithm on eBay works really weird. We spent a lot of years on eBay, and don't get me started on eBay with algorithms and how things get presented to people in front of people, and I think that's one of the reasons why we see some cards spike and some don't. But look, this 17th of August, £633. I mean, that's still a lot of money. And you think to yourself, when you see that Snorlax in a PSA 10, you think, that's got to be at its limit now. And I mean, this is the 17th of August. It's already hit £1,000. I mean, where are the prices going? Where are they going to stop? I mean, what's going on here? It's unbelievable. It's not all bad. I mean, if you hold these cards, fantastic. But if you're looking at buying these cards, it just feels like it's getting further and further away, you know, and that's the horrible thing about it. I mean, I let mine go raw, and a part of me thinks I should have just kept it, you know, but you live and learn. You can't win them all, and you'll never time the market when it comes to sell. As long as you're happy with your collection and what you're spending, I don't think anything else should matter, guys. I really don't. And talking about grading with PSA, I mean, I can't go on about it enough. I mean, the amount of cards I've sent off and they've came back 8s and 9s, and I'm absolutely, I just can't believe it. I can't believe that they've came back 8s and 9s, and I don't know if somebody in PSA is having a bad day or what's going on. But I'm like, it doesn't seem right. But it is what it is. You get them. I'm not the type to crack them open. I just get on with it. I get the card, have a look, and I move on. If it's decent, I keep it. But you've got to be really careful sending these cards off, because PSA's got harder in grading now, especially I think on the borders. So you've just got to do a bit more research and get a little bit more confidence about you when it comes to grading. So so you don't get disappointed, because some people, I mean, not everybody's chasing a 10 to make money. Some people just want it for the collection, you know what I mean, and that's fine. But some people are chasing the 10s, and if you're going for the big, like I say, the big payday, sometimes it never comes. You know, sometimes you get it right and sometimes you don't. I remember Ghastly Temporal Forces, I think, Ghastly, I got that. I think I paid £22 for that out the local game store. Couldn't believe it. It looked mint. Sent it off and that came back at 10. I couldn't believe it. So there is deals out there. There is deals out there. And you just got to know where to look for them. And again, back to the graded stuff. That's another reason why I kind of lean more towards graded than I do raw. We've got raw cards. We do. But, you know, when you buy on eBay a raw card and it comes and there's damage and it's like, you know, the seller didn't describe it correctly, or they never made it clear that there was damage on the card, and it's like it's on the picture but you missed it because the picture's a bit grainy or whatever. You know, with the PSA slabs or any slabs, you know, you kind of avoid all that. You avoid all that problem. Yes, there's a higher premium on the cards, but if you really like the card, it might be worth just getting into it for a slab. It's just my opinion. I mean, you don't have to do that, whether it's right or wrong. It's just the way that we do things. A lot of my Charizard stuff that I've got raw is purely because I can't afford them in 10s. I just can't afford to collect the card I want in 10s. And I just think, well, what's the point in getting 9s? I mean, I know 9s and 10s are very similar, but if I'm going to collect, I might as well collect it in a 10. Some of the prices, through the roof. So instead of paying like £200 in 1 month for a graded Charizard in a 10, I might be able to get 5 or 6 other cards for that and then keep them in my collection. I'd rather do that. So it's just my personal preference, and you collect how you want to collect, and that's absolutely fine. So that's pretty much it, guys. Some of these Pokemon Center cards are really starting to move forward, especially this Snorlax. It's going to be well worth watching this card, because, I mean, if that ETB starts to climb, this could start to climb. I mean, I really don't know what the strongest thing is here, whether it's actually the card itself or the ETB. People say sealed product's the king. Sealed product is the one that you want to be invested in. I don't know. We've got sealed stuff and it's boring. It just sits in the cupboard or sits here, there and everywhere. It's boring. You want the cards. You want the cards to enjoy the cards, and when you're sitting down and in looking at the cards and stuff, and that's what we do. So it's, you know, it's a fine balance. So it's whatever you want to do and however you want to enjoy this hobby, guys. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Fluttermane there from Temporal Forces. A potential play. Very, very difficult to grade. So, you know, you just got to be a bit careful with that one. Going back, we have the Pecharunt, sorry. Lovely looking card. Potential for it to increase in value in the future. Nobody knows where that card could end up. I think it's relatively cheap, in my opinion, at 120 quid for a Pokemon ETB promo from Scarlet and Violet. We're in the new era, guys. It's the Mega Evolutions. We've already left this era. This card, 120 quid. I mean, I know it's still a lot of money, but still, what it could be. A potential play there. I'm going to keep hold of mine for a little bit longer, to be totally honest. And the Mimikyu, well, that's already gone. So I miss that card. You know, the problem with me is I let the cards go, and I think I'm done with it, you know. And once they go, I want them back. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you like the video, give us a like or share it if you want. It's entirely up to you. Like I said, I know I do digress a lot, but I just want to try and give as much value in my videos as possible. And especially when I've had some of these cards, I'll talk about it, because I just feel like that's what we do, and that's just me. So anyway, catch you later on, guys. See ya.